Hi, Anton. How are you?
Hi, Cassidy.
How
I'm
was your How was your day
great.
yesterday?
Today, today was great,
I'm very happy to
and
hear.
it is great, and it is still great.
Great is better than good.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have anything new to say either. Because nothing happened to me really between yesterday and today. When's your
Well,
birthday?
maybe in October 12th.
Oh, yes,
So
I think you told me this.
yes.
October. Um, what do you want to talk about?
Anything. I can talk about anything.
You could talk about anything. Today we're talking
Yeah.
about art.
Cool. I
Do you
see
like?
some abstract lines on your screen.
Do you know who did this painting?
I forgot his name.
He's an American artist, and I used to hate him when I was younger. His name is Jackson Pollock.
Why did you hate him?
I used to hate him when I was younger because when I was like a kid. I remember going to the museum at like 7 years old and 8 years old and thinking, it's not fair that he gets this in the museum. I make paintings like this. Why aren't my paintings in the museum? So I was jealous.
I can say why, because he has very good connections.
Mm. Isn't that the truth? The art world is all about connections.
Yeah, we actually social creatures. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you have to have connections. Do you have a favorite art or artist?
favorite artist. Um, I love experimental art. Um, I really don't remember particular names, uh, but I remember pictures which I liked.
So do you know what, could you describe the style?
Oh, kind of as abstract as Picasso, but really forgot his name. This artist, he wrote, he did a works like in mosaic style,
Uh-huh.
but I don't remember really. Um, I didn't check my environment, media environment, in that field for a long time.
Don't
So
worry.
I just forgot their names. But really, I'm mostly interested in music.
Uh-uh. What kind of music? All types?
Um, mostly classical and industrial music. I mean real industrial music, not not a synth pop or synth like that, which people try to take like industrial music.
So who's an example of a real industrial musician?
Oh,
Would I know them?
let me open my playlist. Usually they have very hard to pronounce names because they usually from Germany.
Uh-huh.
Um, at Iteration, a group from
Send me the names in the chat because I won't be able to understand.
at Iteration, a band from Germany
Uh-huh.
of Iteration.
Attrition. Okay.
Who else? Well, Frontline Assembly. It's kind of old style. They, it is Canadian band. Frontline Assembly. KMFDM. It's game industry. Maybe you know Nine Inch Nails. It's a
Yes.
American artist.
What about KMFDM? I know them too. Are they, would you consider them industrial? I don't know where they're from though.
They also from Germany and Canada. They wrote for music for games like Quake, Doom, old style games, and just game music, kind of environmental music.
Interesting. Because I know them. I don't, Nine Inch Nails.
How do you know them? Where?
How do I know KMFDM? It's kind of a funny story. I know them because when I was 11 years old, I needed to do a dance for school. And I was doing the choreography. And the dance was to Madonna's Material Girl. And so this was in the age of Napster. And I downloaded the song, but I didn't download Madonna's version. I downloaded KMFDM's version. And that was my introduction. And it kind of was like hilarious. We made the dance and then we did it to this version, which was kind of totally the opposite. It's like very industrial sounding. It just sounds like they're like playing in the middle of a factory. And that's how I knew them.
Okay.
This is a very bizarre introduction. Thanks to Napster. Thanks to file sharing.
No problem.
But cool. I'm gonna tell you my favorite artist right now. Right now, it's been for a while. I'm gonna get a tattoo of something of his. It's Musha. He's Czech, and he's amazing. And everybody knows his stuff. And I try to copy his style in my own art. It's very hard to duplicate though. He's an insane artist. He's
Oh,
insane.
maybe I saw his works. I don't remember where I saw, but I saw.
He's like very beloved. Everybody loves his work, and they still repeat it now.
Oh, I had a wallpaper on my desktop on my work computer.
Really?
Yes, with his work. Yeah.
Yeah, he's insane. Insane artist. Extremely talented. And design, just his design motifs that he created were very, very, very elegant and beautiful. So I'm trying to.
And very abstract.
Yeah.
Very simple. Yeah, I like it.
But a lot of his work was with lithographs. I don't know if I'm spelling this right. Lithographs. Which is where they do like prints. Everything was printed in layers of color. It's a really long process, but this is how you get this kind of effect that he has in advertisements. Very interesting, very cool. All right, let's do this. I like this lesson. I think this lesson is I think it'll be interesting for you since we're about the same age, and it's interesting to hear how you grew up with art in your family or as a child, like in school. So let me get control of this. All right, so in general, I want to get your opinion about museums.
I'm sorry, you kind of got it off all the time. I didn't hear it.
What do you think about, do you see my page now? Oh yeah. What do you think about museums?
Okay, now I see. What do you think about museums? Well, in which perspective should I think about museums?
I don't know.
I
This is a
wasn't
very open question, so you can answer this as however you want.
really. I never thought about that topic. Uh, the first thing I have on my mind when I when I see word museum, it's a movie night in the museum. but frankly, I didn't see that movie either.
Neither have
I see it.
I.
Yeah, I just saw a trailer to that movie.
But in general, what do you think? Because it's kind of a not controversial, but a strange invention, especially now in our current world, very technologically advanced world. What do you think museums' roles are?
Usually, museums make some exhibitions of works,
Mm-hmm.
and people who interested in that kind of stuff, they visit museums to to make their perspective on art and stuff more wider.
Yeah. So did you go to the museum as a kid?
Uh, no, I live in the place where we actually have museums, but this museum is kind of more more historical,
Not
uh,
necessarily art.
not necessarily art, and I'm not interested in that kind of stuff that they they exhibit.
Yeah, like old-fashioned
No, they.
historical stuff.
Oh, I live near to center of Asia, uh, about 500 kilometers
Uh-huh.
from center of Asia. And this place in ancient times was there was no, there were nomads living in that place
Uh-huh.
where I live, and usually they do exhibitions of the ancient culture, kind of archaeological and
Cool.
archaeological and historical stuff. But I'm just not not interested in that kind of things. Usually it attacks kind of tourists and guys like that.
I understand.
But to me, it is not so interesting.
Right. I can understand that. Where I used to live, like in my town where I used to live, there were no museums. It was very similar. It was like not so old. There was one museum, and it was all about uh, like how people furniture of 1900, the year 1900, and it was just furniture. And we used to go as kids with the school, and it was so boring because it was just furniture. There was like three pieces of furniture. There was like a bed, a stove, a chair, and it was like, this is the furniture of this year. It was super boring.
Well, some people appreciate some kind of handwork.
For sure. Just not like
I
6-year-olds.
also, yeah, I also appreciate handwork. And maybe if I had the money, I, I would buy such things.
Hmm. Okay, so getting to the part about kids, like let's pretend you're at a huge museum, like the Louvre or Museum of Modern Art in New York or the Metropolitan. Do you think it's good for children to visit such museums?
Uh, I'm not sure if if children understand why we need art and stuff like that. Maybe even in educational perspective for kids, it is not necessary.
I can, so for example, let's say the kids are learning about Van Gogh, because that's usually like one of the first artists you learn about. Picasso, Van Gogh, Da Vinci. This is really basic art
Um,
lessons for young children. And then
okay,
the, uh-huh.
and what's practical value can can have a child from from knowing from that knowledge
Uh-huh.
about one uh, and people. Well, what practical value?
And what do you think are the problems with children going to the museum and the benefits?
Let's see a debate because children usually they see a world around us in another perspective, uh, not like adults, not like teenagers, and I think they just waste waste time in museums.
All right, that's interesting. So what do you think there are any benefits of a child going to a museum? It also depends on what museum. We're specifically talking about art museums because I think it's quite obvious if you go to a science museum and see dinosaur bones, that is very interesting for kids.
Well, for educational purpose, it has many benefits because kids children would see the source of what they study.
Right, like in real life, which is kind of
Yeah, like
fun.
in real life. In real life.
Not just in a book. Can you remember the first time you saw a famous piece of art and what you thought? It could be as a child, as an adult.
Um, First piece of art I saw in my conscious in my conscious memories. I saw Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, and I actually draw something on her face. It wasn't a school book.
No, but I mean the first time you saw one in real life, like you saw the actual painting.
In real life, I saw an exhibition of a local local artists, but really, I've never been in famous museums and in places where I could see something like Van Gogh or something like that.
Okay. Are you traveling somewhat soon?
Soon I'm planning travels through Europe, and maybe I'll be if I'm in France, I I visit Louvre definitely
Cool.
to see something which they show. But my travel destination is Portugal. So
Oh, right. There's a huge museum in Portugal. What is it called? God, why can't I think of it? It's the Guggenheim. There's a Guggenheim in Portugal. It's beautiful. I can't remember. It's like the most beautiful architecture.
oh, it's oh, I also forgot. Just just Google Lisbon.
It is the Guggenheim because there's a Guggenheim in New York, Guggenheim in Portugal, and I think there's one in Abu Dhabi now. Yeah, it's amazing. It's super cool. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to go there. It's so beautiful. It looks like a castle made out of aluminum, like a ship castle. So cool. Yes, the Guggenheim. Anyway, so you will see some famous art there. I guess I never really thought about it, but I got to see a lot of famous art because I live near Philadelphia and New York.
Google Lisbon landmarks, and you'll see that kind of what they have. They actually have many architectural.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, but I know that the Guggenheim is one of the famous museums there. There's lots of them though. Guggenheim Museum, Lisbon museums. There's lots of them. So cool. That's gonna be really cool. Anyway, I remember when I first saw Dali, one of Dali's paintings. I was really young, and when you see Dali, I always imagined his paintings to be really big, and I saw them, and they are so small. They're so small. They're like the size of a page in a book. Really small paintings, and I was like kind of surprised, a little bit disappointed. But Dali is still amazing. I'm sure you'll see some Dali there. Awesome. Okay, let's go to some vocabulary. Excuse me. You see it? Okay. So there's 4 words here. I don't give you any options because I think these are the only 4 hard words in this article we're going to read. So I want you to look at them and see if you are familiar with any of these words and if you can guess.
Maronic and the causes there.
Go ahead.
I don't know them. I don't know Moronic and the causes there.
Well, what is thought-provoking?
I to put some valuable means in the state of art.
To put some, sorry, because there's like a lot of like a shh sound. So when you speak soft, I
Uh,
can't hear.
I'm sorry. um, to put some valuable means instead of words in work.
Good.
To pioneer, to be first in the style, in the style.
Good.
I
They
don't
will
know
be.
what
Uh-huh.
moronic and what means to still. What does it mean?
All right. Well, first, this word here is to pioneer.
To pioneer. Okay.
Pioneer. Moronic, I think you'll like this word. It means idiotic or stupid.
Yeah, that is stupid. Okay.
Actually, when you want to call somebody like stupid or an idiot, we say moron. Like you're a moron.
Or moron.
Just means you're stupid. Okay. Then to cause a stir. This one I think you'll understand if I give you an example. So we could say the nude photos of the celebrity caused a stir on the internet.
Oh yeah, now I remember that expression.
It's like to cause, what's the word I'm looking for? To cause a,
I just I actually made that expression today in some book because it's the
could, but there's a word that I'm trying to use. What's the word? It begins with a C. A, oh man, I can't think of the word. It's like another word to mean polemic. Hold on. I need to find this word now. Controversial. That's it.
controversial.
Like to cause a controversy. To be controversial. That is to cause a stir. All right, good. Let's read now this article about an artist, Jake Chapman. Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
One of Britain's one of Britain's more thought-provoking artists has said taking children to art galleries is a total waste of time. Jack Chapman made his controversial comment in an interview with an independent newspaper. He also made other comments that might anger parents, child development experts, and children. He accused parents of being arrogant for thinking children could understand modern art. He said to show a child a painting by the American artist Jackson Pollock was an insult to the artist. Pollock pioneered Pollock pioneered a style of art known as abstract expressionism. Chapman explained that it's like telling the artist his work is as moronic as a child. He added, children are not human yet.
Okay, so what's going on with this Chapman guy?
Uh, basically, he tried to prove my point of view.
Good. All right, so do you agree with Chapman or do you disagree or do you a little bit agree?
Not all what he said. I disagree with children are not human yet.
Yeah, it's kind of strong.
It's kind of yeah. It's very rude and it's children just they just think in another way. It doesn't mean that they are not human yet.
Yeah.
we are not we are not kind of insects who has cocoons to
Yeah, like
to
we go through stages.
yes, go through stages and stuff like that. We're born like humans, like a
Oh,
human beings.
all right. So
Oh,
this is his artwork. This is this Jack Chapman's artwork, which is basically children with penises for faces.
mm, uh, which which background he gave to did he give to his work?
I
I
know.
don't know. I don't. I just don't understand this.
I think he's got a pretty poor image of children. So this is his artwork, and this was the exhibition he was showing in London when this article was written. Okay, so let's keep going. Will you read the second half, please?
Chapman's canons have created a stir in the art world. Our twinning artist Anthony Garnley said, "I don't think art is to be understood, it's to be experienced, it's to be felt. Feelings comes, feeling comes before understanding." A spokesman from London's National Gallery said, "Children benefit a great deal from visiting art galleries and museums. It widens their horizons." BBC art editor Will Cam- Camper- Campert suggested Chapman's comments were designed to manipulate the media to get more attention. He said, "The formula is simple. When you have an exhibition to promote, say something mild, mildly inflammatory, to the press, and where the column hinges and ticket sales soar, soar.
Soar. What does soar mean in this sense?
Uh, I don't know what soar mean at all.
Soar means two things. You can have two different definitions. The one definition just means to fly. Soar is another word to say to fly very high.
Well, I think in that particular case, he would just show his the image you showed me before with children with penises on faces, and I think it would draw much more attention than his controversial sayings.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically they're saying it's a God, I'm like so bad with expressions today. It is a media. God, there's a word for it. When you draw
I don't
attention,
know.
when you draw attention to something because it's a stunt. It is a press stunt. Hold on. I'm going to think of this expression. I'm the worst teacher. I could never think of it. These are expressions I hardly ever use anymore. Stunt. Publicity stunt. That's what it is. Let me
So
think.
I'm actually still wondering about what background he gave to his uh, to his work with children faces. I'm just wondering.
I don't know. I don't know how the exhibition went either. I don't know if it was
Uh,
successful or not. Um, okay.
yeah, I think I think he drew attention in very bad way.
Yeah, because now he just looks like an asshole.
Yeah.
dangerous. Although that's kind of a thing with artists, isn't it? Artists always try to be a lot of hubris. Hubris is like arrogance. They have like this arrogance, and then they can say things because, like, I'm an artist, I can do what I want. And why do I know this? Because I grew up with two artists. My mother and my mother's boyfriend for 10 years were both crazy artists, and so I had to deal with their egos all the time. The artist ego. It's not easy.
And now you're you're an artist yourself. So
Yeah, I'm trying, but in a different way.
oh, just grow your ego, and you know most artists don't have any any capabilities to be artists. They just have ego, and they they have an ability to promote their works as a state of
You
art.
Do you know that's really? I think that's a true point. I think that is a true point. Of course, there are people with a lot of talent, but for example, my mother had a lot of talent, but she was never famous. She never got any publicity, but she's good. Um, and then there are other people who don't have any talent and get all the attention. It's
Yeah.
all who you know. It's all your connections, like you said.
Yeah, for example, that particular guy could just draw a dick on his forehead and say to journalists that it is a state of art. What difference to put phalluses on faces
Yep.
of children faces and to his own face in that case?
I think that's kind of what everybody does. A lot of artists will just be like, just put a penis or a vagina somewhere, and now it's controversial.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I want to ask us. We're going to think about something together. Mostly you, though. I want to see if you could design a brand new setup. If you could like design the perfect museum where everybody could go, children, adults, and it would be interesting and beneficial for everybody. What do you think would be a good setup?
Uh, well, first of all, as would you mind if I will sing it over an economist's point?
Uh-huh.
First of all, I need a human resources. I mean, good artists.
True.
The second of all, I need good media environment. Good media. In my lexicon, it would sound like distribution channels. I should deliver information to and to the end consumer, to the children, to the children's mothers and parents. Um, why would I set up to help people always were interested and I'm personally interested in in the future. Maybe I would set up something about that. Some some works about the future, some scientific stuff. But as a as a manager or director of museum, I would consider points of my my employees who would work on different on different directions, on different distribution channels. We have another student.
I know. That was very professional explanation of your, you took this very seriously. I like it. Hi, Anna.
Hi,
How are you?
good. I'm good, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Have you met Anton?
What?
Anton is the other student. Have you guys met before?
No, 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 it's my first time.
Ah, all right. Very cool. We were kind of catching the end of the class, but that's okay. Today we're talking about art. So where are you located in the world?
Uh, about art?
Yeah, no, where do you live? First, let's introduce yourself.
I live in Brazil. I'm from Brazil. I'm living in São Luís.
Very cool.
I live in an island.
Beautiful.
Okay. It's hot, very hot.
Awesome.
Okay. Yes. That's
And
it.
do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Anna. I am a teacher,
Uh-huh.
and I live in São Luís. Okay. For now, I am sabbatical.
Cool.
Okay, because I am a doctorate in education.
Very nice.
Yes, and it's only study for now. And it's only study and work in my home at
Very-
home. It's that's it.
Wow, what kind of teacher are you?
Um, I was teaching before I start to study for doctorate. I was teaching kids,
How old?
6, 7 years old.
Very cool.
It's primary. It's I think you call primary.
Yeah, primary education.
Yes, primary education. Yes.
Very cool. I love that age. 6 years old and
Yes.
7 years old. Very
Yes.
fun.
Yes. Yes.
And today we're talking about art, which is and children, so it's kind of perfect for you. But first, I want Anton to introduce himself to you so you guys can meet. So go ahead, Anton.
Hello, my name is obviously Anton. I'm from Siberia, from Russia. Uh, I'm 25 years old. I'm a software developer, and I enjoy my life, and I'm learning languages. By the way, I'm started to learn Portuguese, and that's all. Nice to meet you, Anna.
Nice to meet you too.
So we're talking about this one article that appeared in the Independent a few months back. Anton, can you give Anna the basic summary of what we read? I'll put it
Okay, we reviewed some vocabulary, and then we read about um, British or not British, about some some artist, Jake Chapman, who made a controversial comment on children education, and he made a very controversial exhibition. Basically, he put it fallacies on children faces, and we still don't know why that guy would do that to children. Um, what else? And we read some reviews on his works from another authorities from that field.
Good. But the basic statement is this artist said children should not visit museums. Children should never go to museums because they can't
Yeah,
understand it, right?
because they have because they are not humans yet.
Yeah. He says they are not human yet. So, Anna, what do you think? Do you think children should go to the museums and why, or shouldn't they go to the museums?
Um, oh my God. Okay. I think we should go to go to the museums to the children's. I don't speak English very well, but I try to to follow you. And I think yeah, and I think we have we don't uh, we don't have the lead usual, okay, usual children for museums in Brazil, okay.
Really? So it's not, kids don't usually go to museums in Brazil.
Yes, 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 yes. But it's very important. It's very important
And
for the kids.
why do you think it's good for children to go to museums?
And because they know, okay, they have opportunity to know about the history, culture, okay.
Good.
It's very important for the kids, okay.
Good. What happens when children become bored at museums, which sometimes happens? What do you think we could do to make a solution for kids that are bored?
They are bored.
Yeah, when they go to the museums, some children are very bored. Like, oh, I hate this. Oh, I want to go home.
Oh, yes, yes. Uh, I think it's because I think it's before going to the museums, the teacher has to be prepared, okay,
Good.
a class and the information, okay. The teacher has I talk to the children, the kids, the importance that, okay,
Good.
and it became the class attractive and funny and for the kids, the, for the kids feeling interested in that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Uh, uh, I think it's the teacher is responsibility for that.
I think that's a good idea. Do you know
Yes.
what happens now in I've seen this in museums in Philadelphia and New York. What they do is children have a section in the museum where there is a woman or a man who teaches them how to draw like a Picasso or a Van Gogh, and they do a painting while the parents are looking at the paintings. So they actually make art while the parents are looking at art. And then they're not bored and they're learning. So it's kind of, I think that's kind of a good solution.
Yeah, I was trying to say that people should learn from practice, not from watching another's experience.
Good.
And it's a good solution actually. Uh, I didn't even suspect that there is that kind of entertainment for children.
Yeah, I think it's a great solution. Actually, when I give children English lessons, I do art with them. We learn, so we have to learn all the art, like glue, paper, scissors, and that's how we start English class, because then kids have more fun. All right, Anna, so I have a question for you. Let's talk about this last question, because I think in Brazil there's a lot of graffiti. So do you consider graffiti to be art? Why or why not?
I think yes. I think yes, but only it's uh, authorized, authorized,
Yeah, authorized? Or,
authorized,
yeah,
yes, by government or by authorities. Authorities, yes. It's not. Only you painting the wall.
yeah,
Okay, I think it's not art. I think it's has to be rules, okay,
right. So
and permission for that.
right, that's it. So it's to have
Yes,
permission and to have some kind of standard.
yes,
Uh-huh, I think
yes,
that's true. In San Luis, where you is there a lot of graffiti?
yes,
And is it good?
yes. No, because it's aleatory.
Yeah, so it's tags. We call them tags. It's just people with paint. They just put whatever
Yes,
words. Uh,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
not so attractive.
yes. It's ugly.
Yeah, I can
It's
see that.
ugly. It's dirty. It's
Yeah.
dirty, ugly.
Yeah, it
Yes,
looks messy. It looks messy.
yes, yes. It's don't organized. Yes,
Good.
yes.
And Anton, how about in Siberia? Is there any graffiti?
Yes, that that kind of stuff exists everywhere. So we have that.
Is it good?
Actually, I consider graffiti as a kind of art because it's a way of self-expression. But I agree. I also agree with Anna about that must be regulated in cities because if people spoil the architecture or something in the city, it, they must have a permission for that. And,
I agree.
and by the way, there are many street artists who, at least in Europe, I know that there's many artists who draw images in 3D style or and just improve an ugly environment with their art.
And they make it,
So I like how I like how European governments do make up solutions for that kind of stuff. For example, they had a the many drug dealers. They just legalized them. Then they had street artists who did graffiti, and they just legalized them and gave them permission to improve environment, and it's really worth it,
yeah,
I
so it
think.
looks beautiful.
According to Google, it looks beautiful, but I didn't see it myself. Maybe I can. No, I'm not saying that they gave permission
Uh-huh.
to all kids to to make a havoc around the cities. They gave a permission to artist organizations and to people like that who had a capability to draw, who had the skill, for example.
Like had natural talent.
Not just random people. Just the talented people do that.
Very cool. Good. All right, guys. I'm going to let you both go. I do have something I'm going to send you. These are idioms in English that are all related to art and music. So I think that they're kind of interesting to look at. And if I have time in another class and you both are here, we could practice them. But Anna, it was really nice to have you. I hope that I can have a full class with you in the future. I usually teach at 9 a.m. on Mondays, but it will probably be changing, and I think I'm getting some more classes soon.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm studying here for the test and the first time, but it's we'll see. We'll see.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you
Perfect.
so much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, Anton.
Bye.
Oh, bye,
Bye.
girls.
Bye.